Hey, welcome back to another episode of Second Street Primos.
Second Street.
And I am one half of the Second Street Primos. My name is Felipe Solis. And sitting here, diagonal from me, is my homie, my PIC, and my primo, Mr. Paul Solis. Give it up.
What's going on, brother?
How's it going, bro?
It's going.
Going good?
Yeah.
So the ambience is very nice today, huh?
Yeah, now I'm drinking. I feel a lot better.
Yeah, we got a little drink. We got a little drink going on. We have a special guest, which we'll get to in a minute.
Gotta spill my yak.
Shit. But yeah, it's a night podcast. We got all the lights going on orange, thanks to my Google Home Mini and my smart bulbs.
You need to play your baby making music.
Man, I can't, not right now. You guys can play it later, but
damn right. Echo. Play Felipe So.
Bro.
And you just come on. Hey, baby.
Oh shit! Well, you know what? I take that to heart, and I think that's a compliment. So I thank you very much.
Oh, well, yeah.
If I help,
you like the new doctor.
If I help you guys get there, I'm good with that. I'm all right,
man.
You know,
we can make a living on this. We can go sell books too. They were like, "Oh my god, do it, Felipe." How's it going?
Shut up, man.
You have reached Felipe Solis. I'm not in right now. Talk to you later.
I am constipated at the moment. But, no, I'm just kidding. Anyway, let me move on here. So this one is a special one. They're all special, but this is a really, really special one because we have a special guest who doesn't even live in this state. She lives many states away, but she's from here. Let me finish my sentence here. Jeez. And but yeah, she grew up on the street with us.
Second Street?
She's a Second Street prima, like legit, for real. You know, just like us.
Old school.
So give it up for our special guest all the way from Califas, from California, Miss Melissa de la Rosa. So thank you for coming.
Thank you for inviting me.
She drove all the way here from California just to be on the podcast. Days. No. But yeah, I'm glad you're here because this is so awesome. Because we were actually finished last week.
Yeah, we were done
with and then you messaged me. You're like, hey, let's get together. So I'm like, oh, let's do one more because this girl's got stories. For those of you that don't know, we all got. But yeah, she's got some stories that I didn't witness, but was in the current events of them happening to some of them that she told me about as they were happening. Shit. And though I went to her house many times, I was kind of scared shit sometimes to walk in. Especially after you told me stories, and I was like, fuck.
That was the whole point.
And I especially hate going downstairs.
Oh, the basement.
Oh, man, where shit was going on, and I'm just like, gosh, damn, man. But you know what? That brings me, I'm going to sidetrack for a second, but that brings up a story that always is fresh in my mind whenever I think about your old house, or where your dad is now. And anytime I drive by there, this one memory just always comes up in my head. And I think back and I'm like, oh my God, we should have died.
Which one?
So there was one time in the summer, your big tree that hangs over the hill part, there was a loose branch and we were all taking turns swinging out. We would run, grab onto the branch, and we would swing out to the street. And the street was like, I don't know, like 50 feet below us.
Oh, those were so fun times.
And like that thing could have snapped at any time.
Yeah.
And we just would have went face down or whatever, ass down onto the fucking street.
Oh my God. You see,
but we're Mexicanos, we get right back up.
That's right.
We get whipped. That's what happens.
So
stupid.
But every time I drive by, when I go to visit my mom, I think of that story. And I'm like, oh my God, we should have died.
I honestly forgot.
Really?
But those are Oh, those are great times. Good memories.
For real. For real.
Dang.
So anyway, that just every time I drive by, I think about that. But that's not the stories that we're here to tell.
We got a lot.
Oh, but before I go on, I need to introduce as well another veteran to the podcast. She was our very first special guest back a year ago when we did this for the Halloween ones. Give it up for a Miss Nancy Solis Rodriguez. Oh shit! Come on,
You know,
you
we
were
all know she's not shy.
of course, yeah. Just 10 minutes ago, you were on the couch talking it up. And you wouldn't be quiet, so don't act all shy.
Keep drinking, babe.
Yes, we got a little bit of drink going on right now, just a little celebration. So
Some yak.
so I wanted to ask you because Paulie was talking about the
God.
haunted house, the wonderful haunted house that you guys went to last weekend. And
Here, let me pass the mic. This
pass
is good.
the mic. Pass
I'm
the
gonna take a
mic.
break. Go ahead.
Pass the mic.
This is getting great.
Pass the wire.
That's the wire.
And
That's a drink. That's what's up.
yeah. So he was telling me about it. I could not believe what you guys. What you guys went through to go through this. So is it my understanding that you thought this was going to be great because there was a lot of bats that were on the cover of this Facebook post?
Yeah. Well,
Dime, come on, tell me.
what did he tell you was scary?
He told me everything. He
'Cause
told me everything.
me and Vicky and Paul, and well, I don't know if Jeff decided, but it was me, Paul, and Vicky. We all decided that we were going to lie to you. And tell you that it was-
I know.
So did he? So
Let's go.
okay.
You know what? You would have known that if you would have listened to the last podcast.
I know. I'm
What kind of
sorry.
supporter are you?
I know. I'm on episode 2.
Oh my gosh.
What are we on? 20?
At least. At
Okay,
least.
what do you want to know?
No, I just wanted to take. You don't have to tell me the whole thing. I just want to know,
Okay.
take your opinion on it. Like,
Okay,
did you think it was scary?
so kind of. Well, no, hold on. Vicky needs to be here too to back it up. But when we got there, it was obviously we thought it was scary because it was a long
Right.
line. Okay, so I was like, okay, this is gonna be scary. So then when we're
That means scary.
Wait. Can you tell me which one it was?
okay, so I thought it was a haunted forest, but it wasn't because it had bats in the woods on it. So I was like, this is a haunted forest. I could drive through haunted forest.
It was like a haunted street. That's all. It was like a block.
So
It's a fairground.
yeah, and it wasn't even big or long. No, Paul, but you need to say too. So the lady came up to me with the donation bucket and
No, that's later. Go.
Okay.
Start from the beginning.
so okay, yes, I did think that it was scary in the beginning because the little old man came up to the window and said, "Do not roll down the window, or you can leave it up
Shit.
and keep your hands inside the car." So me and Vicky were like, "Oh,
man.
shit, this is
That's-
gonna get bad."
That's scary.
Yeah. So that was kind of scary, and then that man that was trying to tell me like, "Come here," and I was
Don't forget about the big clowns.
the big girl.
The big girls.
Yeah. Okay. So that was on Vicky's side, but there was a big girl, like her boobs were hanging out, right?
Oh shit.
So she
What
was
kind
all
of haunted
dressed.
house was this?
No, it was.
Like, they were holding on for dear life.
Yeah, they were like it was
One
ridiculous.
sneeze and it was over, huh?
Yes. Oh my god, it was disgusting. So then she was all dressed up, like her face was all white and she just looked freaky. So then Jeff goes, "Look, what did he say about something stacked?"
She's stacked. Yeah.
She's stacked. And then the lady walked by and I got scared and Vicky's over here rolling down the window and I go, "I didn't say it. He said you were stacked."
Oh shit. Are you serious?
Yeah. But I didn't know what it was. I thought stacked meant like wide, like big. I didn't know it was.
I mean,
Worse.
I know.
there's yeah, depends on how
Yeah.
you use it, I guess.
Yeah. So then we get there, and then I noticed like it's a little road, and then there was this man that came up to the window, and he was talking to Paul and to Jeff. And what did he tell you guys?
You just keep our hands in the vehicle.
Yeah, pretty much just that. Keep our hands inside the vehicle.
I was like 2 power lengths away from the other car.
Yeah. So I was like, okay, this is really going to be scary. You know, they're telling us to keep our hands inside the window. Like,
Gotcha,
we even need to turn the air on, you know, because this is going to be legit scary. So
Keep
then,
in mind, it's 40 degrees.
She wants the air on.
so it was like a boat shelter or something.
It was a what?
Don't forget about the Phantom of the Opera.
Which one's that
The
one?
guy playing the keyboard, he was all sad.
Oh, okay. So remember that last podcast? You guys were talking about that piano, that song, that music?
Yeah.
Yeah. So there was a man playing that, and I got like, oh my god, like freaky, because I
Yeah.
was like, that is kind of scary, you know.
Okay,
And then,
it is.
well, Vicky's over here like, ah. So I'm getting just yelling just to
You
yell.
were freaking out. Yeah.
Yeah.
Go. Yeah.
So the car starts driving in, and then Paul goes, I know this ain't it. And I said, no, you got to drive in. You know, and Paul's like, oh, hell no, Nancy, I know this is not it. I said, no, it's not it, because it's a, Paul's like, I thought you said it was a haunted forest. I said, it is a haunted forest. We just got to drive the gravel. Like, grow up.
That's what you said.
What did I say?
She said, I think it's a pregame show. I think it's a pre-show.
Yeah. Because when we get, it looked like a
Oh,
boat, like a
shit.
shelter. You know where they keep the boats in? And then Paul's like, I think we gotta go up. And the car wouldn't even go up. It was like, voo, voo. And I was like, Paul, keep the lights on. You're gonna run somebody over. I thought he was gonna kill somebody. And the lady went up
It
to
was
Paul.
probably going like 5 miles an hour, right?
It was
I mean,
4, because the sign said 4.
Why not go another Make her 5.
So the lady goes up to Paul and says,
shit.
what did she tell you? She goes, turn off the lights.
Oh,
Yeah,
light a
she's
candle.
saying, turn off the lights, and there's Nancy.
So I said, no, Paul, turn them on. You're gonna run somebody over.
I'm like, girl, there's like strobe lights everywhere.
I don't know if I would, like, my eyes were seeing things or what, but like, I'm not lying, Felipe. It was like the end of here to there. That's how long this was.
Oh my god.
And we waited an hour and a half.
Oh, I would have been so pissed.
Well,
I would have been hot.
yeah, well, Paul was pissed. He didn't even leave a donation. Like, he wrote up the window on the
How much
lady.
did you pay to begin with?
It was free.
It was
Oh,
Like when we get to the end of it, like there was this like I don't know what the hell she was. She was like trying to be a devil, but she just did not make it. And her costume was horrible.
She was a pre-devil.
And she was right. She was a pre-devil, and she was holding an old Halloween bucket, the ones like you get at the Dollar Tree,
The dollar store.
or the old school ones. And it was just like a bucket, and it looked like there was some change in there. I think like the guy playing like drums or something outside of Chicago, you can make more money than this place. And there was like quarters on the bottom, and I just rolled my window up and looked at her.
There was like 50 cents, and one of them was like a Canadian nickel or something.
give her a penny.
and we all turned around and looked at her like
No, because we were okay. So we were driving through, right? And then the lady's like, turn off your lights. And I told Paul, I was like, no, don't turn them off, because you just might run some. You know, you don't know, like somebody could run in front of the car or something. So I was like, no, Paul, leave them on. So then he was driving, and there was like 2 mannequins. Like there was this. I thought it was a huge man with a big leg, but Paul said it was a midget. I must have been seeing things. I don't know.
Dwarf.
Okay, so it was like a dwarf. And literally that's all it was. And then some guy came into my window and just was staring at me.
like this.
And I
No
screamed.
shit.
Yeah, I screamed.
What a
Dang.
And the guy, the dwarf on stage, he was on stage just by himself with a sheet. And like maybe some biker shorts. And his chicharrones were just like hanging out. I was like, and then keep in mind, Jeff was like, what the hell is going on here? And we get to the end of it, it says, turn left, pay your donation, and eggs. They didn't even say exit. They forgot
Eggs.
it says eggs. And we're like, hour and a half.
Yeah, it was just an hour and a half. And then I told Paul, I was like, I think it's just like a pregame or something. You know, maybe it's just to spice it up, you know? But it wasn't. It was literally, that's all it was. And then I turned around and looked at me. Now they're like, I thought you said it was scary. I said, well, I thought it was scary because on the Facebook page, they said a haunted drive-through. So what is that? To me, it's like, okay, you're going to drive through it. If they would have said like a
did.
shelter, well, yeah.
From here to here.
Right. Yeah. So then Paul left out a part. The lady went up to the window and literally held the pumpkin like this, and Paul goes, "You ain't getting my fucking money," and he rolled up the window. Yes, you did.
Yeah, I might have said that, but she wasn't that close. We had to keep a 6-foot distance.
And that's sad. All they
Yeah.
had was change at the bottom.
Yeah. He's like, that didn't even scare me.
Pissed me off. It would have scared me if we had like quarter of a tank.
Yeah, and I felt so bad for everybody. I just kept quiet on the way home until we
my
laughed.
gosh,
Until
man,
finally
that's
we just
crazy.
all started laughing. And then we were
That's
like, okay, we
nuts.
got to lie to Felipe and make this seem like really good, like you missed out and this and that. And
You know what? I
But-
was telling him that I was looking on Facebook. I'm like, Paulie hasn't posted anything. Nancy hasn't posted anything. And anytime you guys go out, you guys usually do post something, or
Right.
like at least a picture together.
uh-huh.
I was like, they didn't have shit. And I was like, what the hell? And I just, like, damn.
Yeah, we were embarrassed. So we all made a pact not to say anything. We had to make it sound really good.
Jeez. Oh,
So,
my
yeah.
God. So,
It was a
well,
fail.
thank you for that story.
Yeah.
I really got a kick out of that story when he was
Yeah.
telling me. That was great.
Right, and I
So-
felt bad for Jeff because he wanted a cappuccino. We're like, no, we can't leave the line. Then you gotta wait in the car
An hour and a half.
an hour and a half.
We sat in front of a gas station on the main drag, and it said cappuccinos. And Jeff was like, "I want a cappuccino." And he's like, "We're gonna get out of line." And we're moving like this. I mean, the traffic in Chicago moved faster than this shit.
Dang.
I was pissed.
Yeah.
What
Yeah.
a waste.
Yeah, there's like kids walking around playing with vacuum cleaners. Remember?
Yeah.
They're just
What?
pushing the vacuum cleaner down the road. And I was like, "Oh shit, maybe it's part of the attraction." And I'm like, "I don't know what's wrong with these people."
No, they just went home.
Right? Hey, did you see what we found?
That was probably better than the drive-thru.
Probably was. They were making fun of these dumbasses.
Yeah.
They knew it was coming. That's why. Wow.
Yeah,
So
so-
that was something.
I'm
else.
pretty sure Hero Street could put on a damn scarier show
You're
than
right.
Oh,
Definitely.
hell
We
yeah.
got all.
You got all the houses, man.
And that's why I told Vicky, I was like, we're gonna have to go to an escape room, a haunted escape room. But this time I have to let Jeff know, and he has to verify it to make sure it's scary.
But can you handle that?
I don't think
She
I'll be able
could.
to help them get out of the room, but I can be there to laugh.
Let's do it. Let's do it Saturday.
Oh, my brother's wedding. Damn it.
You know, yeah, that's a scary movie
Just
night.
calling a bomb threat.
Oh, well, I went like late. How long did they go?
We go to one.
Damn.
We
Okay.
all about it. I would love to go with you to go to
Yeah,
this
I would
because
too.
I want to go just for you.
Oh my God, we would have so much
I
fun.
do. I want to go and I want to record you.
Really?
Screaming.
Yes.
She would make the entertainment. for the
Oh my
whole
gosh.
Escape room.
And you got to be honest if you pee yourself.
Oh, I will be honest. Because oh no, that's too much information.
No, go ahead. You're
I got stories.
I got stories. Oh shit.
swish.
But speaking of haunted houses and scary stories that have to do with houses, so this is a part 2 of the scary stories that we had that we first did with Vicky 2-3 weeks ago, something like
I
that.
want to say 2, but no. Yeah, 2 weeks ago because we just did ours previous weekend. Now
No, it was 3
was it?
because the second one we did with Vicky, that was just scary movies.
Gotcha,
The one before
gotcha.
that we talked about. So yeah, so 3 weeks ago. So it was part 2.
Part 2.
And we're having a part 2 because Melissa, she so graciously is going to tell us about some of her stories that she had encountered in her own home back on Hero Street.
Not just my home. We got to go to the history of this. Lady.
Oh,
Come
shit.
on.
This is a universe
shit.
now.
We got to go the history of
For
Hero
real.
Street.
No, you're right.
You know,
Yeah,
you're right.
back when, because a lot of those homes were boxcar homes.
They were.
They have a lot of history there.
And funerals.
In our
as
ancestry.
well.
All, yeah. So
Had them on the street. Yep.
and all of that was at the time period of it was just gravel. It wasn't even
Yeah.
a street.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
So all of that was a lot of you heard I heard the rumors, but I don't know. But there was a lot of burial grounds because a lot of that was the outskirts
Yeah.
in the beginning, early years at the time of the railroad.
Right.
being built.
Right.
So that's what I think a lot of that was.
Yeah, because we mentioned with Vicky that when we used to hang out on the street at night, I would see stuff in the distance, like someone walking,
Oh, yeah.
like out of the corner of my eye.
Damn.
I'd look and there was nobody there, but I saw that quite
See shadows.
Yeah, exactly. So like that shit was real, because we used to hang out outside in the summer. There was a summer, I don't know if it was 92ish, 93ish. We all used to hang out outside in the front of my grandma's house, just kind of sitting there.
Do you
hanging
remember
out.
laying down in the street
Yes.
at the hill of 2nd Avenue?
Yes.
Right there, and by my house. We would lay there and stare at the stars and just tell stories.
Yeah, man, it was fun. You didn't have to worry about that kind of shit back then, man. We just chilled, kicked it, and
No Facebook.
that's and I was like the only male there, so like I learned how to braid hair and
Give good massages.
get good massage.
Damn, brother.
So
Couldn't page me? Shit.
we all got in on it. All of it. Vicky, Angie.
your sisters.
We all had a good time hanging out there on the street.
It was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun just chilling, kicking it, being hot on the street. And then you guys talking about my finger toes.
Phalanges.
Yeah, because I had long toes.
The phalanges. That's what we called them.
Someone's phone just went off.
Oh,
It wasn't me. You're already looking at me like it was me. And it was
Everybody, we looked all at
hers.
it was mine. Speaking
You're
of,
fired.
guess who it was?
Who was it?
It was Angie.
Shut up! Whoa, her sister. Jeez.
So I put her name out there, and now I gotta have her listen.
Telegraphic stuff going on.
I'm like, how is she listening right now when it's not even?
Just sit on the couch.
She heard me from all the way over there.
That's funny.
Oh shit. Well, first, before we get to those stories, I just had a quick question. In California, where do you live in California? Oh, you don't have to answer that. Don't answer that.
Southern California.
There you go. Have you ever experienced anything there?
No, honestly, no.
Well, that's good.
No,
That's
it's
good.
all here.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Of course. Of course.
Earthquakes.
Oh, well, yeah. And I just tell the kids it's my fat ass coming down the stairs.
Off the top of your head, when that's mentioned about your house, is there any one particular story that just stands out, like, as far as like it really freaked you out?
There's two, actually. Well, one was a common occurrence in our house.
Oh shit.
But the other one was in a neighbor's house.
Oh no! On the street?
That one, I think that I did not like going into that house.
Oh.
That one
By
just...
your place?
No, across the street from your place.
Oh my god.
Oh, the house. Oh, the
Yeah.
house.
Did you talk about that one before?
Oh, we talked. Not that. We've talked about the house.
Yeah, that one was the most eerie
That's
one.
been brought up at least 10 times.
Yeah, dude. Because
Everybody says it.
I mean,
It's just the further you go into that house, and then when
And
you
it
go
was
to the
always dark.
basement,
no matter what, like, I mean, and it was weird because the people that lived there when we were younger, they had crucifixes and pictures of Jesus up and everything,
Everywhere,
but
up to
like
the ceiling.
it still like didn't feel right when we would go in there.
right, and it felt deep and dark.
Yes.
The further you went in,
Yes, that's all I remember.
and I
about
would just want to run out and leave.
Yeah, that plate.
Why were you guys even in there?
Right.
Because we were friends.
You were friends
With the
With the
people
girl,
who lived there?
yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought you guys just randomly walked in. I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah, fuck it. We did that.
We just did it to all the
dude,
neighbors.
we fucking ran that street. We didn't give a shit,
Those
man.
one kids that just walk in and say, what the fuck are you doing here?
And we came in packs.
Yeah, man,
Right?
fucking,
I'm out of popsicles.
we were Christopher Columbus, motherfucker. We claimed that shit. No, there was a girl that lived there that she was a year older than me, I think.
No, I thought she was the same age as you.
I don't know. Maybe she was. I don't know. One
I
or
don't
two.
know either. Yeah,
But
close,
anyway,
close in age.
Yeah, but we hung out with her, and we would go kick it with her. I had a huge crush on her older sister. Gosh, man.
Oh, I think a lot of them did.
Yeah, right.
Instead of writing music about that, you're writing scary stories and shit.
Wait, put the music on.
Yeah, let me tell the story real quick.
Girl, you scared me. Your crib scared me. But you had a nice ass.
Like your freaky house, baby. Made me get all freaky, girl.
Freddy Krueger style. I was standing outside your window like Michael Myers. Then I looked and it was the demon. I left.
But yeah, we used to hang out with the girl that lived there, and we used to go kick it with her at her place.
So is it true? Because I've heard stories that the basement had a well.
There's a lot of stories. I've heard lots of stories
I don't
about that.
remember.
I just the one that really freaks me out that I heard about that was that there was a baby crying downstairs in the basement.
Yes, and I had heard it.
You heard it?
Yes, I did hear it.
Fuck.
Okay, so what I wanted to ask you was what, I mean, with you going in there, what story do you remember the most? Because you know how we all have that freaky story about that freaky house?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's always a one story that will always stay in your head.
Okay, I do remember. So we went in and it was daytime. And we went over to go, say hi to her, and we all went over there. But
Yeah.
most of the time, I think that day you like to stay on the stairs.
Yeah.
Right.
You stayed on the stairs waiting for us to come back out.
I'm like, yeah.
It was like this.
I'd be like, I'm gonna be.
I'm good
I'ma
right
be
here.
I got a cramp.
I'll be.
It's okay. Go ahead, Melissa.
Yeah. See, my mom said I can't.
I have to stay from here to here.
My mom can see me.
Right?
I gotta be where my mom can see me, man.
He's all doing the fake wave. I got it. Did you hear that?
I gotta hear my mom's whistle. I can't go in.
Oh shit, the whistle.
The whistle.
He even
The
turned his head.
whistle.
He was like, he's holding the rosary.
I was like, Melissa, check back with me. Check every 10-minute intervals.
Flash a light.
Check back. So anyway,
Yes.
go on with your story.
So we went in and it was daytime. But
Yeah, it didn't matter.
it didn't matter. It seriously didn't matter. You walk in and it was okay right at the entrance. But just when you go further back to the back of the house is where you had to go to get to the basement. I don't know.
It was a weird way to
I
get to the
have
basement.
no idea
too.
why we even went in the basement.
I don't either.
You went in the basement too?
Oh, yeah, we've been in there.
We've been in there.
Yeah.
So there's always pictures of.
They were the ones I remember. They were the velour pictures.
Yes.
With
Like the hologram.
Yeah.
And crucifixes and de Jesus.
All that.
But they were everywhere. I mean, practically covered the walls.
Yeah. Yeah.
And they always had lights around them. Like the Christmas lights, but they were around all the frames.
So
Yeah.
it was like a Catholic home.
Yeah, definitely.
How did that light turn? Oh, that we had a ghost.
I know. What are you doing? That light scared me. I thought I was there.
She was not getting into it.
It's like, I see the light.
Right.
I'm like, wait. Finish your story first.
Right.
Don't go yet. Don't go to the light. You gotta finish the
Don't go to the
story.
light yet.
We still got some time on the podcast.
10, Gina, turn the light on.
Oh.
But yeah, and then we went to the back, and it just felt more eerie, dark, like you said. That
Yes.
dark. It felt like deep air,
Like it was heavy.
heavy air. There's the word.
Yeah.
And then we went down the stairs, and it just seemed like more things. More crucifixes. It was just all the way down. I mean, there's
God.
one
It was like
thing to go into a
Conjuring shit.
Catholic house where you
Right.
have. But
Pictures or
But then
cross
then you go to the
crucifixes.
basement. Do you remember the dolls?
Yes.
Oh, the dolls.
What?
Yes.
They had dolls. She collected porcelain dolls. So there were the dolls. the lights, the pictures. And we went down there and we saw this dark entity.
Oh my
is what we felt.
Yeah.
And we heard this noise. We took off running up those stairs so fast. We ran past Leap and we left him on the steps.
No, man. Back then, if you see someone running, you ran. You didn't. You just ran.
Right?
What kind of noise was it?
Yeah. What'd you hear?
We just heard these little, like,
Could it have been a mouse?
no.
A rat?
Because you know that little,
Yeah.
it wasn't that.
Okay.
It was like somebody moving around,
Yeah.
like shuffling boxes.
Could there have been somebody there?
No, it was
No.
Just you
dark.
guys?
We went
Yeah.
down there and we turned on. But when you turned the switch light on, it wasn't like lightning all. It was one little, hanging from the
Yeah.
ceiling,
Like, oh,
and it
those
was
are
in,
the worst.
That's always one that's off.
and it was in the far back.
Yeah.
So in the corner around it was where everything was stored in the back of the basement,
Right.
and that's where we were. And we saw something moving, and we just flipped out.
Oh my gosh. That's scary.
And it was dark, and if you were down there, you would have thought it was midnight. It was so dark down there.
Was it just you and the girl who lived there that went down there? Or?
Yeah, and my sister
Oh,
and
okay.
another girl
Okay.
on the street. Yeah, there was a
Gotcha.
few of us.
Okay.
But when
I
you
couldn't
walked down there,
remember.
the noise that you heard, it wasn't near us. We could hear it across the room.
Right. Right.
Oh God.
Jeez.
And then between all that and everything you see, it just scared us.
Yeah.
You just felt that heaviness in the air.
Well, I remember her always telling me like just stuff would go on in the middle of the night there, and like
The one who lived there?
Yeah,
She
yeah.
told you?
yeah, she would say that like some of like the knives would be out of the drawers and like be just placed in weird places in the house,
Wow.
and they don't know how they got there, and that some of the pictures would fall. No matter
Yeah.
how many times that they would put them up and even nail them up.
I do remember that. And some of the pictures would never stay up right. They would
Yeah.
move and kind of fall crooked, like
Yeah.
like the ground had shifted or something. But she said, yeah, that happened frequently.
Yep.
Things would fall off the walls.
So when you went down to the basement, was it almost like as if they had all the crucifix and the
Yes.
pictures of God just for like protection,
Yeah,
like all
yeah,
over?
yeah. This
Yes.
wasn't just because it was a Catholic house.
Right.
They
This
were
was excessive.
They
Right.
were protecting themselves
Yes.
from something.
Uh-huh.
That's how.
Ooh.
That's how crossed up they were. Yeah, they were protecting themselves.
I feel
And-
like we need to drive by there on the way home.
Well, and I'll tell you, and you know what? This is the part that makes it more eerie. Was talking to someone today as I was walking down the street.
Yeah.
She said the people that are living there now, they are always fighting.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
There's always drama going on, and I'm like, they say that stuff just
Yeah, it thrives
It
off that kind of
thrives.
stuff, and
That's
That's nuts.
that's what I always thought. Like when I would drive by there, or like it's weird because every time I drive by there, I don't know why I just automatically turn and look
Everybody
at that.
Oh, we
that's
all do.
because-
I did.
yeah,
Is it
that's
because
because
we
it's a
know?
hideous color for one.
Yeah, it is.
Well, I was
What?
really impressed how it was still intact
Right. Right.
because it was not a very
Well,
stable
I wonder how it was
base
inside, to be honest with
foundation
you.
on the home. Yeah.
There's been some
You
wear
know
and tear on that place.
Yeah.
Nobody's ever done construction on that house. Like I've never seen it under construction.
Yeah,
Ever.
neither have I.
Like new windows, like new windows, or somebody working around the yard. You know what I mean? Like
Right.
something heavy or new. The fuck, that
Yeah,
roof
I've
is
never
still the
seen
same.
that either.
Well,
I've never seen
that's what I
anything.
noticed too. I said, all these other homes, you can see the wear and tear, and they
Right.
get that one still looks the
Still
same,
the same.
from 23 years ago when
The
I
only thing
left.
different is the damn
my
color of
God.
that damn house.
Right.
Why they got to keep painting it?
You know, Nancy, that place has been blessed 2 different times, and it's
Has
never,
it?
Really?
it's never stuck. It's shit still keeps happening.
I've heard that.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, I know like the lady that lived there
No llores, no llores.
had mentioned. I was trying to pop up my sausage right there.
Whoa,
I said,
whoa! That's
Now we
this
know why
is,
we like Nancy on here.
My mama listens to this. my lord.
Oh my god. No, sorry.
Doing all right?
Yes,
That was
a little bit warm.
How many another drink?
Right.
He's like, yes.
We doing that special
No.
thing tonight.
Right.
Talking about the chorizo. I want to hear.
No, I'm good. What I was trying to say was the owner
Yeah.
had mentioned one time to somebody else that there is a well in that basement, and it's covered up with like a piece of board. Or, I don't know what it's covered up with now, but back
I don't
then
remember seeing that down there.
it was
Well,
like a little
I'm not
well.
surprised because we used to have well water growing up. That's what we drank off of was the well water, Silvis, and it took a while.
And apparently the owner had called like the city people because they wanted it closed, because it was a hazard. Somebody could fall. So many people that had gone out there to get an estimate, how to cover it up. They said they could not cover it up. I don't know why not, but it just was not able to be covered up. They would say that they
Wow.
could drop like a penny down there and they never would hear it land. These people, the city workers that came out there, gave the suggestion of put a damn board on that, and they
That's
ran out
crazy.
because they had seen something and heard something. They never went
No
back.
shit.
Yeah,
I never heard that. That's crazy.
Yeah.
And I never heard that there was a well there, but
Yeah.
It's a possibility.
I mean, that's Silvis. We lived
Well,
off well water
I
growing
do
up.
know, and I don't know the whole story though. There was a couple girls that lived there. This was back. I don't know if we were gone from the street at this point. I think
I think it's, we were partying down there. I know the girls you're talking about
there was 2 girls that lived there,
with their
and then
mom.
and then one of them got taken away in an ambulance because of what she saw in the house.
Whoa.
Freaked her the fuck out, and she went into shock.
This was after I left?
No.
No.
I don't know. When
98.
Yeah, I left in 97.
Okay, because we were
Okay,
down
yeah.
there. We were partying. We took over after you guys. We started. I'm sorry. We started partying down there about 98 when I came back from Chicago.
we passed the torch.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
We partied hard. But we didn't lay on the hill and watch stars. We were smoking.
And get massages.
That was one. We had our times. We did
I
our
was gonna
thing.
say, it was like, damn, I wish I had a massage. I was sitting next to my Primos, like,
He's like, hey, bro, will you massage me real quick?
right, bro.
I heard them stories.
I heard your brother got massages and shit, bro. What the fuck? Pass the joint,
I'm like,
fool.
why are y'all listening to Wham all the time?
Right? What the fuck? We're listening to Kid Frost? Fuck. Yeah, we're in the back. We're just walking up and down the street smoking, partying, but we never got really that bad. But you know what I mean? We did talk a lot about your house though.
My house?
Because it was like a dare. Because we were so like already tuned into the earth. And we're like, okay, who's gonna walk down to the De La Rosa house? And we're like, oh, I shouldn't have said that. We'll edit it out.
We said her last.
Oh,
name.
okay. I was like, no, okay, my bad. We were gonna try to go down to your house, like just
Yeah.
go up to the hill, but the challenge was we had to walk like up the little hill, and then turn and step in your driveway, and then run back, and that was the challenge. None of us could make it. None of us could make it down there.
Some of us couldn't make it either. We were all out of breath.
For real. I even took a hit. I don't know. Kind of want to go home now.
I'm all at the bottom to holding my knees.
I'm gonna call an Uber, man. I can't do this shit.
Can I roll up the hill?
Right. But no, that was our challenge back after.
Damn.
So that after you left, the torch got passed to all of us partying. So yeah, I know what you were talking about.
But yeah, I did hear about that. That she saw something in there, and they had to call the ambulance because she was freaked out. Like for real.
Did they ever say what you
crazy.
seen?
I don't know. I don't remember. I don't
there-
even remember who told me that.
There were white girls, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I know exactly what they were.
That's why they can't handle it like we can handle it.
We'd be going back just trying to get scared. Well, I know.
Right.
What was the story about the baby cry? How'd that happen?
Yeah.
Or did you hear a baby cry?
She did.
We,
You heard. Okay.
at,
How'd
at
that happen?
the house, we were just hanging out upstairs because I had gone in there plenty of times. It was a different time, but we would go in there a lot and just play because she had, like I said, she had a lot of dolls. But we were just playing in there and hanging out, and you heard the baby cry, and you're like,
Right.
where's that coming from?
Yeah.
And she would look and kind of like ignore it, like she was used to it. And she would be like, come on, let's go outside and play. So we would just
I'm like,
leave.
yeah, let's go.
Yeah.
Right.
Because we knew they didn't have any babies. She was the youngest, wasn't she?
Yeah, she was. It was just them three as far as I knew.
Yeah, just them three.
Yeah.
Well, what street is it? The one with that daycare on the hill, where that church was?
Fourth. Where they used to do the old
Fiestas.
Fiestas.
But that was
Oh.
Guadalupe Church too, right?
It was
Yeah.
originally.
Yeah.
Originally, yeah.
It was.
On 4th.
Okay, so I know for a fact that that street is haunted because it was like either the third or the fourth house going up the hill, like on the left.
Yeah.
My mom lived on the fourth. Remember that house I always show you, the fourth house.
It's the brown house that sits by itself. Like it doesn't sit by itself, but it's not. Oh god, that freaked me out.
I know. I was like, yeah, wait, who's the fifth person?
And I was like, and this concludes our broadcast for tonight. Nancy, take another drink.
Look at his butt all puckered up a little bit, man. I saw it.
I looked at you too. I'm like, where'd that fifth laugh come from?
Forget it. That's Javier, man.
Oh my god.
He usually pops up off and on, but these stories are fucking me up. I'm all like, I don't know if that was a baby cry. It's a big baby. Shit.
Oh man.
Fucked me up.
You should have seen the look on your face.
I know.
I'm ready to go. Tomorrow's my last day of work.
The wine and the cookie. I mean the tray. I said the cookie tray.
Girl, you want another drink? Felipe, turn down that AC. No.
You do a little key sweating tonight.
Oh, shit, girl.
Okay, we're talking about the house.
Anyway,
Damn, he distracted him.
give me another drink. Where were we at? I lost my concentration.
Fuck if I know.
Yeah, your mom's house. It's a brown house on 4th Street going up across from the daycare now, the old Guadalupe. It's a brown house that sits by itself.
It kind of looks hidden in, doesn't it?
Not a little bit. It's on the left side coming up. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's about the 5th house on the left.
Okay.
And it's right there. It sits by itself. It's kind of weird. It's the only house that doesn't have that close of like neighbors, like really
Gotcha.
close. It sits by itself. That's Nancy's
I'm
old
still
house.
trying to figure out which house
I'm gonna
that
have to
is.
take a picture of it, or if we all leave the same time, we'll drive by
So
there.
you must have lived close to my friend Chavo.
And next
No,
to my
I
grandma.
didn't live there. My mom and dad did when they
Oh.
first came back from Colorado.
So they lived near my grandma.
Oh, I hope it ain't your grandma I'm about to talk
No,
about.
she had a red and white house.
No, not that one. I know what she's talking about.
So was
Oh.
it near the red and white house?
Go up,
Was it right above?
like a brown house. It just had a front porch. Right?
Do you remember the Gonzalez's? Georgie and Carmen, Manuel, and Lupita Gonzalez?
Yeah, George. He was a couple years older than me, I think.
Was it
Maybe
right
like
at
4.
the corner?
No.
Up? No, I
It
mean,
wasn't too far up though. It was like the third
you
house.
know how you do
or the
2nd
fourth.
Avenue up and it curves around? It wasn't at that corner?
No, as you come up 4th like this from Lolitas,
Uh-huh.
go up. There's Lolitas. You come up like that, it's right there. It's literally right across from the old church.
Okay, so it's lower than my grandma's house.
Okay. So my mom only had my older sister, and my dad worked nights. And she said that she would always hear a cat, like, scratching at her window. So she made friendship with the lady next door, which is the Gonzalez's. And she would be really nice to my mom, and she'd be like, okay, come over, you can stay the night here until your husband comes home, because my mom was, like, really, really scared. And as time went by, my mom was like, you know what, we got to move because I keep on having nightmares. Like, there's a cat that keeps on jumping on the window at night. And it was only at nighttime that this cat would appear. So then, my dad, whatever, saved enough money or whatever and bought a house. Okay, so we always stayed in contact with the Gonzalez's because they were really close to our family. And every time we would go over, that house was haunted because, like, the lady would tell us stories about how the phone would hang up by itself, how they would hear babies cry, and how they would just hear random knocking on the door, and
hell no.
just really scary stuff. And I remember as a kid going into that house, which would be the house before my mom's house, would be like the third house. You would just get an eerie feeling, just like somebody was watching you. And I remember even as a kid, I'd be like 5 or 6 years old, just sitting there on that sofa, and I'd be like, I do not want to be in here right now. My mom would be in the kitchen, you know, talking and stuff, and she would like put on like Chespirito or something for me to watch, and I'm like, dude, there's something in here. Don't leave me in here watching that. So I would get up, or like if I had to go to the bathroom, I always swore I would see somebody like walk by, and I would tell my mom, I was like, Mom, I seen somebody walk by, and she'd be like, don't be saying stuff, that's rude, the lady's gonna hear. And I'm like, dude, like, I don't care, there is like something here. And she's like, I know. It's as I'm sitting on the toilet, you know, 5 years old. My mom's like, yeah, this place is haunted, but don't say nothing.
And then she's like, bloop.
So, anyways,
Kerplunk.
going on with the story. So, like I said, we remain friends even to this day. And I was maybe a little bit older. I must have been like 10 years old. I remember good and well. Oh my gosh, I remember like as if it was yesterday. We were all in the backyard. We were all playing volleyball, and it was us girls, my sisters, and Carmen and Georgie.
Carmen was hot.
She was pretty. Yes, she was. We were all playing volleyball in the back, and oh my God. I just remember screaming. Out of nowhere, this black Doberman Pinscher appeared.
Oh,
Out of nowhere. They had a fenced yard.
that's some omen shit right there.
And everybody jumped on the picnic table. So we screamed so hard, our parents came out. And they're like, what are you guys? We got in trouble for screaming. And we're like, there's a dog. And they're like, you're going to get it. There's not a dog. We turned around. That dog was gone. How was that dog going to leave? How did it come? You know, it just appeared.
I scared it.
No.
That's screaming.
That was great. Yeah, no, it literally appeared before our eyes. And then the owner to the house told us that the house in front of that house, so it was like a house, and then it was a Gonzalez, and then it was my mom's house. Well, her neighbor, I guess, apparently had died in the first house. So where Lolitas is at, there's that first house you see. That's the house I'm talking about. The owners had died there, and apparently they had buried her leg in the backyard. So they thought it was haunted. Yeah. And I'm just like, how freaky.
Just her leg?
I guess just her leg.
Was it a real leg?
I'm
mean,
assuming.
was it prosthetic?
I don't know how it would just.
Why would they just bury the one leg?
I don't know.
What happened to the rest of her is what I want to know.
I don't know. And that I remember asking my mom that, and asking, you know, Miss Gonzalez, and they're like, we don't know. We just know that it's a leg. There's a leg buried there.
Her arm's on Fifth Street.
Shut up. Shut
downtown service.
Right. Yeah, so apparently that's what the story was.
That, like haunted tours like they do in Dubuque.
Right.
And there's a leg buried. Down this way, you'll see her fingers.
Shut up.
The squirrel took it.
So I don't know. That apparently that's what
that's
you know.
Crazy.
Yeah, but that house was. I can actually say for a fact that house
That's fucked up.
was haunted. You know, ever since I seen that dog, I was like, never again. Like that to me was a sign. I mean, everything else, like when my mom would tell me, yeah, they say it's haunted or whatever, I didn't believe it. I was like, whatever. But when that dog appeared and everybody else seen it, and like I said, we got in trouble for yelling because they were like, you guys are making it up. We're like, no, we're not. Get me the hell out of here. Y'all can stay here, but I ain't staying here. And it was a bunch of us, you know, us kids there. How are us kids? Why would we, 10-year-olds, you know, we don't have, at that age, we're not going to be like making something up like that.
Right.
Especially
You know?
a big dog like that. I mean, it wasn't like a Chihuahua.
No.
It wasn't like a Chihuahua just coming around the corner.
No. That's why, I mean, and do you notice every time we go walking by there, I always tell you, Paul, I remember when I was a kid, I seen a dog there and that house is haunted, and I'm always telling you, I don't like going by there.
Right. She does say that, and I'll be like,
So speaking of houses, we haven't even heard from yours yet.
exactly.
my house?
This is what I've been waiting for.
I've been waiting 5 years to hear this story. Okay, maybe just this week, but
Just this week. You know, it was just today.
so anyway, yeah, so you said you had two stories that just popped up in your head immediately. One of them was of the other house.
Yeah, the other house, which to me was scarier because it was just
The whole thing was just...
it was heavier than all that I had ever experienced.
Yeah.
Like, our house wasn't even that heavy.
Damn.
But we would feel it. So
Yeah.
we had, so I don't remember this part, but I was younger. When we moved into that house, I was 3 years old when they got it built. So we came from 4th Street.
Oh, okay.
So my grandma's house, then it was another house, and then it was our house. It was a 3-story home, older home, and we had grown up there. So all of us, and they would all say the stories of going on in that house. That house was pretty crazy too.
Yeah.
But I don't remember it. Well, they had said that it followed us. They had felt that they believed that it had followed us to that house. Because eventually, after we moved into that house, the other house burnt down for some odd reason.
Fuck. Oh, yeah.
So there, when we would go into the basement, it's like it wasn't upstairs. It was always, you felt the energy walking down into the basement.
Yeah.
And in the basement, when we would, and we've all seen it at various times, we had a rocking chair that they brought from the other house in the basement, and we would see that rocking chair just rock by itself. And sometimes
I remember that.
we would think that somebody was in there because it would turn the other way, and it would just be the back end of the rocking chair facing the wall, and we would see it rock. And when we would see that, we would just run up the stairs. And it happened
crazy.
a lot, and yet
I
they
know.
kept that rocking chair.
It happened. Like, you guys, I mean, not that you were used to it, but like, it just happened a lot that you guys were just, it just happened. So
Yeah.
like, I remember she used to, hey, come on over. And like nothing, I'm just like, okay. And nothing ever happened when I was there.
No,
But like, the story, I knew the stories.
Yeah, well, any of the visitors that came over, they never cared to go to the basement, but one, only one, and she had saw it. But she was a usual. She was like the 6th child.
Yeah.
And she came over and she had seen that.
No.
And yeah, because
No, I went down a few times, but I didn't see anything. But I didn't stay long. I didn't stay long.
I remember.
So, Mom, I
time to go.
I remember. Yes, way.
See, wait.
Right.
It was getting hot in here.
I know.
right?
I'm sweating. I remember there was a time, and it must have been when I dropped you off from school. It had to been. And I remember because if you go in through the front, it's the stairs to go down, and then it's so like you go in the stairs like this, and then the living room, and then it was like the kitchen or something, and then the hallway,
Yeah.
and then the bedrooms. I remember one time I got off, and I don't know what you were doing. I remember you going through the hallway, and I was sitting in the living room, and like I said, it had to been from after school because I remember I would give you a ride, and I was in the living room. But it was weird because I must have gone in through the deck. We must have gone in through the deck, the back way.
Yeah.
So I went in through the kitchen and then I went to the living room. So I was facing kind of like, the main entrance. Well, I don't know what you would consider the main because we went in through the back.
That was the main. We never used the front door unless you were just going to go to the basement.
Right.
We used the back entrance as the main entrance.
And I remember sitting in the living room and you had gone somewhere. I don't remember what you were doing. And remember I told you that story? Oh my God, I will never forget that. I remember just something like walk by behind me. And I remember I was like, looking. And I was like, okay, maybe I'm just seeing shit, and I didn't want to say anything to you. And then we started talking. I can't remember what we were doing because this was 23 years ago. But I remember sitting there in the living room and we were just talking, conversating. And then you got to go do something again. And then I felt a heavy presence in the living room upstairs. I mean, it was so profound that I was like, literally I would be turning around because I was like, I felt like I was being watched.
Yeah. That's exactly how we all felt. We were always being watched. And
yes.
It was always not in the living room, but there's that top of the stairs.
Yes.
And that's when it would begin and it would go down. but we all felt it.
Yeah.
We felt it. Felt like we were always being watched.
Right. And that's how I felt. I felt like I was being watched. And I was like, at this time, I was like, oh my God, like, I need to tell her my mom wants me home or something. Because I was freaking myself out. And I remember you came in. I was like, I got to go. And you're like, why? And I just go, did you just walk by? And you're like, no. Yeah, why? I was like, I mean, right now, did you just like walk by? And I remember you saying, no. And I was like, oh shit, I know, I seen something. And that was the most heaviest feeling that I had ever felt in my life.
And you're not the only one. I had a couple other friends that did come over, and they never wanted to come back over because they
I don't
had
think I
felt
ever
that.
did.
Yeah.
No, because I would drive her home. I remember I would drop you off at the bottom of the hill. I would give her a ride from school.
That's bogus.
I had to hike it up the hill.
That's bogus.
And I would go up and reverse and come back out.
Melissa was like, Nancy, it's winter. Could you please just take me to my side, please?
I don't know, Melissa, because your place is hot.
I can't. There's ice. I can't make it up.
Right. Oh my God.
It wasn't outside. You could have got her.
But you know what? It would just give me an eerie feeling because even when me and Paul would go walking by there, I always talk about this. Like, Paul's like, I don't go by there at nighttime. Well, I don't go through that street period at night, you know, but sometimes like with the kids, you know, they like want a little spook or something. I was like, okay, let's just go through that street, you know.
And this side of the
That's the spooky street.
Yeah. And I'll tell my kids.
have like our own bus. On this side.
You know, though, I like I said, I didn't really experience anything like that, either going to your place or anything. But I used to have to I used to live up in the apartments that were on the other side, Warren Heights. So I used to walk up to the dead end of Hero Street and then walk through the field.
I was always scared to walk through there.
Fuck, you and me both.
If
man.
I did,
Especially
I would never at
man.
night. No. But I would even run during the day. I'm like running through
At night,
that.
I would. I would.
Do you ever remember that grass was never fucking cut?
No,
It was never cut, and it only stayed hip high.
Uh-huh.
It was.
I remember I used to have to
cut.
psych myself out to walk through there
Yes.
at night, man. I'm like, all right.
Talk yourself out.
No bullshit today. Let's do it, man.
No, but that grass was. I don't even know who owns it.
I don't know. Somebody does now.
It's like a. Well, I think Warren Heights bought it
Did
Oh,
they?
they
because they
did?
built a shed. They built like a garage down there.
But
now.
back then, nobody
Nobody
owned
Yeah,
owned
no,
it.
it was just
It was
all
open.
yeah.
Yeah, because then it led right to the road going up the hill.
it.
So sometimes I would walk home from my grandma's house, and it would be late, like especially in the winter. It would be like 5, 6 o'clock, and I'd walk home
dark.
because I would get dropped off from the bus from school there, and wait at
From Mary driving the school bus.
Mary. He said Mary.
Mary?
Holy shit!
Thank you. Thank you.
How the fuck, bro?
Because I had
that's not the first time he's done that. This guy is a fucking
You
encyclopedia.
have freaking, your memory is so keen.
Well, because when I get yelled at so many times, you know who yells at you. I wouldn't even do anything bad on the bus. Sam, Paul, Michael.
By the time they made it to us, we were frostbitten.
I know, right?
I was on Fifth. No, I got picked up on
Yeah,
Fifth
fuck
Street.
you, man. You got picked up before we did.
No. You guys got picked up first. It wasn't us.
20 minutes out there, all frostbitten.
No, because remember
man.
she came down and she came through Porky's first and then worked her way through the alley.
So for those of you that don't know,
Right.
Mary was, bless her heart,
God
an
rest her
awesome
soul, lady, man.
bus driver that picked us up from school in elementary, and she was just really cool. I mean, she was
Yeah.
just she
Yeah.
was a nice lady, but she had her moments.
yeah, all the time.
To you.
To you,
I had to sit behind her so she could see me. Like over on the right on the other side of her, she'd be driving. Shut up! I'm like, I didn't even see
She was probably
anything.
driving and holding your hand at the same time.
And then,
tried to hit him.
Beat his
for
ass
real.
with the
Right?
backhand.
and then one time I left my what was it? What the hell was I? It was Halloween. Remember we got to bring we had the Halloween parade at Jojo Bar.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Yeah,
That no
and-
longer exists.
Never, no. And I was Jason, but it was something weird. My dad wouldn't buy me the freaking machete, so they got me the one. It was like I don't even know what the hell it was, like an axe. I'm like, he doesn't even have an axe. It was all ghetto, it was plastic. But anyway, they're like, oh, they didn't have any more. Yeah, right. So my parents got me that, and I left it on the bus.
Oh.
And I forgot, and whatever. And Halloween was the next, because it wasn't. I don't know how did it go. we had the parade that week, but it wasn't on Halloween.
Yeah, it was usually
Yeah.
the last day of the week, and then or whatever right before it.
Right before
yeah.
it, yeah. I was never on it.
Yeah, so I left my axe there. I got on the bus, and after she picked everybody up, she pulls it out. She goes, "You left your axe. I told you about leaving stuff on my bus." I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
But you had your pillowcase though, right?
Yeah, right, exactly. And every time she opened up the bus, opened it up, my grandma's there. Yeah, he was all right. All the time.
He brought up Les and Mark. Do you remember the janitorial Les, the real tall?
Damn, you talked to everybody and remembered their names?
Because I was always in the hallway.
No, you were always getting in trouble, huh?
For real, like I would just say stuff. Get out of the classroom! Like I didn't even do anything this time.
So you go talk to the janitor.
They'd be pushing that big ass. They'd be pushing the big broom down the hallway, and then Les like, "What the hell to do now?" They don't like me here. And then Mark would come the opposite way. I don't even want to know. Just shook his head.
Mark, bless his heart and God rest his soul, always looked like I'm sick of this shit.
Yes, he looked so miserable.
And it was the kids. Like he was just like, I'm tired of dealing with this bullshit.
And every time somebody would throw up in the hallway, he'd bring the sawdust. And
The sun.
everybody had to walk around it.
And you can still smell it. You smell the sawdust.
You knew what that was when he brought it out. I was like, oh, someone puked in the hallway.
And it was like cut from like a milk carton. Like he cut the milk jug open. Just
He didn't give a shit. It was just like,
Damn, you're bringing up memories I would have completely forgot.
dude, for real. I was in the office all the time. Mr. Noppy's office. I'd just be sitting there.
Mr. Nappy, that beast.
Yes. Oh.
For real. And
That
they
was-
even like, we tried calling your parents.
So we don't
one
have a
answered.
phone.
And I'm like, because they're at work. And I even got blamed for spray painting the damn gym in the back, on the junior high gym, but it was not me. I swear on everything. That was not me. Somehow my name got brought up in the shit. You know why my name got brought up? I can tell you why. Because I told Les and I told Mark that somebody spray painted it. You guys might have to clean that up. So they're like,
He thought you told it yourself.
yeah, and I was being nice because I always seen them. I thought they were my homies. You know, walking up and down the hallway.
My homies.
They didn't give a shit about you.
Right? And I was always asking them, I was like, what do those keys do? Shut up. You're in trouble.
I remember one of your sisters telling me that, and I don't remember the whole story because it's been a while, but that one of your sisters, that you guys were asleep, and she said that she saw something at the edge of her bed, like watching her, or something along those lines.
Well, we always felt like this. I told you, we always felt like somebody we were always being watched. And there were times when, even in our bedroom, we were talking about this actually this past weekend.
Really?
Because we're staying in that room. We were staying in that room together this
shit.
past weekend.
Yeah.
And we were like, oh shit, remember that time when we felt it was winter time, but they got the heater on so that it would feel really, really warm in the house. And all of a sudden we would just feel this cold chill in our room, and we felt somebody staring, and it happened only twice that I remember. There was ice all on the wall. It was ice.
Shit.
And we
Like
would
the
scrape.
window?
No.
The actual wall.
And we scraped the ice. We're like, no shit, that's really ice.
How old were you guys? Or how old were you?
Well, it was all three of us sharing that one bedroom together. So at that time, I don't know. I was in
31?
elementary.
No, I just wait. I said 31.
Yeah. No, it was just yesterday.
It was just last week.
Yeah, when we were
still has
there,
the-
it
you
was
still has the-
icy. That was the third time.
Still have New Kids on the Block.
I know. The posters all on the wall.
I still love you.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
So yeah, there was ice on the wall.
There was ice on the wall. And we hurried up and got up and we walked out of the room. We're like, and Parents, shut the fuck up and just go to bed.
You know what time it is?
Those are some fucking Mexican parents if I ever heard it, man.
Y'all need to get to sleep.
Yeah, I got fucking work tomorrow. I don't need this fucking bullshit right now from
You
you.
didn't even dump the trash.
Trash back to
Seriously. Shit.
Good gosh,
Parents ever see
man.
anything in there?
They would never say anything. They would never. We would bring it up, and my dad would be like,
And you know they did, but as parents now, you know you protect your kids, so you wouldn't
Yeah.
admit to seeing something. So I'm sure they probably did.
you know what? Actually, I'm going to do that tomorrow. I'm going to ask him. See, you should have told me to ask beforehand.
Yeah, ask
I
them
told you to think
I'm
of some
gonna-
stories before you
Yeah,
came
but I
over.
was thinking of stories. But you know what? I haven't been there. So he's been living in that house by himself, most practically.
Ask
So I'm going
him.
to ask him.
Do you guys still have the rocking chair?
No, that guy. You know what? That was there when I left. I don't know what happened to it. So I'm going to have to ask him
Yeah.
and
Find
see
out.
if
That's
he had
interesting.
experienced
Okay, so
He threw it away right after everybody left.
I know, he was like, shit, finally,
Let's,
let me get rid of this chair.
Nobody's sitting on it.
So let's go back to your history of that you said that it might have followed. Do you have any ideas of what this was or could have been or who or
No, the stories that ideas that they had was, it would always happen at random times, even in daytime. But it was at night. The stories that were told to me was that my dad would be pissed because he would yell for them to, 5 kids, clean up all your toys,
Yeah.
put them away. And the toys would go off and start playing by themselves.
Right.
And they would be too scared to go near it because they would just sit and watch it. And then my dad would come in and yell at them, telling them to go to sleep and put the toys up. And they're like, we didn't do it.
Oh my gosh. That's
And-
scary.
And I was told that they said that the feeling was the same at the Hero Street house.
yeah.
So
Jeez.
I was only 3, so I don't remember
Yeah.
anything. These are just stories that were told to me.
Oh my gosh. That's freaky.
Yeah.
That's nuts.
So you think probably something that was brought back from the house on 4th?
Yeah.
Because
That's what they were believing.
because that house was pretty new, right? It was built.
It was
Your
my-
guys built it.
Yes, my dad and my uncles, they had built the house from nothing. It was just an empty hill, just like across
Right.
the street. And I remember playing there
Mm-hmm.
as it was getting built, but not.
Like, you never know. I mean, because like you said earlier, and they held the funerals in the homes at that time,
Yes,
and so you never know. You never know.
exactly. We don't know.
I've never felt anything at my grandma grandpa's place.
We heard stuff.
I mean, I've heard stuff, but
Right.
it's never been
Never
anything. I've never been fearful,
Scared, no.
of it
No.
or anything like that.
No.
Mm.
Well, and that's what my siblings had said. They said it felt like always being watched, but they never feel scared.
Really?
Like scared to the point where it was like
Threatening or anything?
threatening. Right.
Gotcha.
It was
Okay.
like just they were attached.
Jeez.
Well, you know what's weird? Is that sometimes like me and Paul, okay, you're going to think we're weird, but we're not.
I already think you're weird.
Yeah, you're weird.
When I get bored sometimes, I'll tell Paul, I'll say, let's go for a drive. And Paul knows already where we go. We go to the cemetery. I don't know why. I just,
I like doing it too.
yeah.
Only here though. I wouldn't do it over there, but here it's
Yeah. And I don't know.
Veely's Cemetery. Do you remember that?
who?
Veely's Cemetery?
Beely's?
Yeah. At Riverside?
Oh, yeah. Well, I didn't remember the name, but I call it Riverside Cemetery.
Yeah, it was Veely. It was Veely's
Is that what
Cemetery.
it's called?
Yeah.
See, I didn't know either.
I didn't know that.
It was,
You guys are dumb.
I thought, well, Paul's dumb too there because we thought it was Riverside.
I did too.
No.
It used to be Riverside. Actually, I remember a sign up above the hill.
Yeah.
Riverside Cemetery.
Uh,
I don't know.
Are
Anyway,
you sure, Felipe?
that's how I've always known it. Was Veely's Cemetery.
they've got some really hundreds of year old tombs back there.
Yeah.
Yeah, me and Paul went investigating one time.
Really?
What'd you find?
Well, we would find little tombstones, and they were like you go down the hill all the way down, and they
Those-
would just say like baby girl, baby boy.
Oh,
That's it.
jeez.
Sometimes not even the year or the date, just baby girl,
Damn.
Which I would be like, oh my
Sad.
gosh, just pray for this little baby girl. But that was it. I mean,
Well, no, that's sad on a lot of levels because, like, you don't know who that is, and no one can mourn for this child because who knows who.
And how long has it been there?
Yeah, because that's an old cemetery.
it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Remember
It
hearing
is.
about the Black Angel? Remember that?
Yes.
I don't like that story.
That was crazy.
Isn't it back in California? Isn't it in California?
What?
The Black
What?
Angel? Yeah, it is.
The Black Angel's in California now. They moved it.
Are you serious?
I did not know that. Where?
How
Where?
the
Do you
fuck
know?
do you know this?
We go to there
He-
all the time.
Well, you
man.
see, he's on his phone.
We're on our phone, and then when we walk around the cemetery, we talk to the caregivers, and we help them
We
out.
talked to the
We
caregivers.
Googled it. It had been sold 3 times.
What?
And the last person that bought it was somebody in California.
I need to look that up.
Ah, shit. What made you look it up? Oh, because you
Really?
were there.
We
You
were
were
looking
there.
for
They
it.
were
and
there.
we're
They
like,
were helping.
They took that down before we even started going there, though.
Yeah.
Brian!
Because we would hear the legends, And Brian, who's Brian?
The caregiver. She's done.
No, I didn't know.
Girl,
Who's Brian?
let me take your temperature.
Hot, though, I'm sweating. How's that?
She's like, you don't take my temperature from there.
You know what I was going to tell you though, Melissa, was that even to this day, when me and Paul, remember that one time you took me down that hill, and I actually screamed, and I said, oh no, I don't want to go down that hill because I remembered your house. It always freaked me out, and even to this day, I won't go by there at nighttime because I still remember, like I don't know why, and I should not let that overtake my thoughts or anything like that, because nothing happened to me. It was just a feeling that I had. But even to this day, I won't go up or down that hill by
Really?
myself. I won't do it. But I also have like good memories though.
Oh yeah.
So
Lots of
like
good memories.
when I'm with Paul or something, or like my friends, not my friends, my daughters, I'm like, yeah, and I would tell them the story, and they're like, Mom, but did you ever see anything? I'm like, no. And I go, my friend lives there. There's nothing there. But in my head, I'm like, I remember. It's like it stayed fresh in my head, and every time I just happen to go down that hill, I always remember that. It's like fresh, like as if it happened yesterday.
Weird. See, now you guys are scaring me because
Oh, I'm
I was just
sorry.
talking to my dad and I was thinking about buying that as a retirement home.
You should.
But you know what he
retire
said?
here.
No, you don't want to do that. No, don't. He said he told me that,
Really?
and I was like, well, why? This is a good retirement home. I could come back and put my money back into the community. And he's like, no, don't do it. And I was like, now you make me
Oh,
wonder
wow.
why.
Could just be a matter of perspective. Like, he's got his own perspective on things,
But now you got me thinking. Now you got me scared.
Oh, shit.
Right.
Yeah, how long have you been here and nothing's happened?
Nothing.
All right, then.
But
Uh-oh.
still, it's the whole.
It's psychological.
Yeah, it is.
And why I never even told you. I don't know why. I mean, I remember telling you. I don't know if you remember that day when I dropped you off at school, but I don't know why I never even told you afterwards. Until now. I'm like, Melissa, this is how your house looks. This is your living room, your kitchen, your hallway, your bed.
And you remembered it very keenly.
Yeah.
Exactly the way it's set up.
And I remember good and well, I said, what's down there? And you're like, the basement. And I remember telling you. I was like, well, let's go down there. You're like, no. And I remember.
Nobody
I'm
ever
like,
liked to go to the basement.
Yeah.
Even I didn't even like to go to the basement by myself.
It just
No,
felt
growing
so
up.
weird.
Off of what you're saying, I used to. I never thought anything about your place, even after some of the stuff you told me. But just every once in a while, just out of the blue, like when I used to walk back and forth to home and go and past your place to go to the dead end, I'd always have my headphones on, and jamming.
You did.
So I didn't think anything of it. But every once in a while, whether I was going or coming, and I'd pass by your place, every once in a while I'd just be jamming. All of a sudden, I'm like I felt like someone was looking through the windows downstairs, down in the basement.
Yes.
But I never
Yes,
thought
yes.
about that as I would walk past your place. Like I never thought oh, this is Melissa's house and it's haunted.
Yeah.
I never thought that.
Yeah.
So when that popped up, and I would feel that, I'm like, oh shit, it was never on my mind, but I felt it. Could have just been me, but I always felt that and it was always out of one window.
Which window? Do you
Wait,
remember?
don't say it. I think I know which window you're talking about.
All right,
Okay,
tell me.
so as if you're going up the hill, the one on the bottom right, the first one.
The The
Well, if
left
you're
or the
going
right?
Up. Well, if you're
Of
going
the-
up,
of the
it's
No,
your
front
right.
door.
If you're going down.
Okay, no. I'm not picturing your way. So say you're standing in front of her house, but from the street, like
Right in
down
front.
from the hill,
Yeah.
Okay, you're going down the hill?
No.
Front of the house.
Okay, the front of the
standing in
house?
front.
Is it
You're,
the
you're
one
on Hero
oh,
Street, and
okay.
you're looking at her house.
Okay, so the bottom left.
Corner.
The one in the corner, yeah.
I think so. No,
Yeah.
no. For some reason, I felt it was because you have 3 down there. You have
3 windows, yes.
So
it was
it's
always
the-
the middle one for me.
Right next to the door?
Fuck, I don't remember. I just know it was the middle window. 'Cause
I
there
always
was
got
2
that.
windows and then one, and I always felt like there was somebody looking at me in that window.
Yeah, so there was the left window, and then there were the stairs going down, and then there was 2 more windows on the right.
See, and I always
Of the
got
front
it
door.
from the first window, not where the 2 are at. The first one on the left. That's the eerie
just-
feeling that I always
I
got.
always just got that everyone. Not all the time. It just happened.
That
every
was my
once in a while.
bedroom before I left. That
Was it?
Yeah, that downstairs basement. I had a water bed down there.
Jeez. Water bed.
But that was my bedroom down there. And as soon as we got the bedroom, we had it all set up with the water bed. It broke. So it in the wintertime, oh my God, that water bed got so cold, but I still slept on it. So you put all the comforters over it.
Right. It didn't have. Oh, the warmer broke.
Yeah,
Or-
it broke. So I still slept on there. I just put lots of comforters over it.
Oh my God.
Yeah, that thing would get cold.
I believe it. Oh
Wow.
Yeah, that thing would get cold, and sometimes I would just, if it got too cold, I'd go up on the couch.
shit. Right.
Oh my
Right.
gosh. Well, you know what? Even as an adult, though, it's still, and Paul knows that there's not a day that doesn't go by that I don't bring it up. I'm like, oh, I don't like buying that. It just, I don't know. It just really affected me. I think just that heavy presence. And even like I said, even as an adult, like when I go by there, I'm like, I even tell Paul, I was like, I don't like going by there because I remember that feeling that I had in that living room. I felt like somebody was watching me, not just once, but twice. And I'm like, oh God.
I think everybody to some extent has some kind of feelers for that kind of thing, even if they don't believe in
Yeah,
ghosts or
definitely.
spirits, because it's just a
Instinctual.
yeah,
feeling.
and it's a vibe. It's there's a charge that you're in tune with. That you don't
energy.
know.
You
Yeah,
feel that energy.
And even back then, I wasn't even into all that stuff, like creepy stuff that I am now. I was like, oh my God, it kind of freaked me out, you know?
I remember when I was first dating the boys' mom back in high school, and I first went over to her house, and she was doing laundry downstairs, and I hadn't know we hadn't talked about ghosts yet or anything. It was pretty fresh, her and I, and she's like, yeah, I'm doing laundry, come on in and let's go downstairs. I'm like, okay, cool. So I took like 3 steps downstairs, and I was like, what the fuck? Like, I don't want to go down there. She's like, what are you talking about? I was like, I'm sorry, but you got something up. There's just I don't want to go down there.
I do remember that. I do remember you telling
And
us
I was
that.
like, what the fuck? And later I found out that they did a whole bunch of shit down there in the Ouija board and all this other stuff. And there was stuff that was happening down there. And I'm just like, fuck, dude.
Yeah,
I
that's
hated
freaky
everything.
stuff.
I remember when me and my brother did the Ouija board, and my older sister Theron, we did the Ouija board at my mom's house. She had left and we did it. And, Jorge was there with us too. And after we did the Ouija board, a lot of stuff happened in my mom's house. And it's like we did it as in fun and games. We didn't see it as,
It's all fun and games until someone gets hurt.
Right.
right,
All
yeah.
entertaining.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it was like stupid questions.
Yeah.
And
We did that stuff too.
But what really got all of us scared was the fact that I had bought my mom a blue parakeet for her birthday. Weren't you with me when I bought that?
Did it really?
The parakeet?
Yeah. Who was with me?
I don't remember.
Well,
Listening to Bonda.
we were playing the Ouija board, and we asked it who we were talking to, and it said it was the devil. And we're like, okay. And then we asked him where it was at. They're like, I'm here. And we're like, where? He's like, in the bird. And the bird, Coqueta, was always like calm, and all of a sudden she started going fucking crazy, banging herself. And I was like, oh shit. Ever since then, I would see stuff and hear stuff. I think it was Father Levitt that came to the house. because he scolded me and he said, being a Catholic, you should not be playing with that. You've opened portals.
See, that's the freaky thing about. Can you imagine all the stories he has?
Yeah, and he went to every room and blessed it, and I had to do so many Hail Marys, and I mean, it didn't.
You gotta do Hail Marys, Our Fathers, and like 10 push-ups, girl, because you fuck with some shit you shouldn't.
Yeah, and I never thought I was gonna do it again until not too long ago. You played
did
it at
again?
Paul's house when we were dating. Well, we first did it at the Rock Island Historic Park.
Oh man,
Look what you got into, Paul.
look what you got into, bro.
Another drink.
Yeah, but this time we actually got in contact with. It was a chief, and we even looked him up.
Chief Max.
Shut up! Don't bring up his name.
All right, he's okay.
Well, we thought he was lying. We thought the Ouija board was lying. We're like, Chief Max. We never even had heard of that.
Who the hell would name somebody?
And we looked it up. We looked it up, Melissa. All of us did. It was a group of us. We looked it up on the Google, and it did say Chief Max, Rock Island County.
What?
Yes. We don't know about Chief Max. How would we have even known to move that ourselves? And after that, I said, oh, no. And I think something followed us home, because then we started getting weird shit at Paul's house, and it was just creepy. But we got that all taken care of. And ever since then, I've been my faith has been stronger than what it was. But
Yeah, because if you bring any of that shit to my house, I'm
Right.
gonna be pissed. I'm
I
gonna
know,
unfriend you
No,
on
stop
Facebook.
it. Oh, don't say that. No, I haven't. That was only an encounter I had. That was it.
I'm just saying, you bring some shit here,
'Cause
I'm
we were
I'm
bored.
unfriending you
I
on
know.
Facebook.
No.
I'm gonna block your ass.
Shut up.
Just
I'll
saying.
come knocking on your window.
No, nothing gonna
Primo.
happen here.
No, but it was, we were born, and I really didn't, I was just like, whatever. I really didn't believe it. It never worked on me. It always worked on Paul and on my daughter.
That's weird.
Yeah, but I think it's
But-
because they were more vulnerable and they believed it more. And I was like,
Well, yeah, if you
Isn't it
believe in
working?
it, it's gonna work.
I didn't
Yeah.
believe in it. I thought it was funny.
but it
Well,
only
but
worked
that's-
when you touched
But
it.
that's what it wants too, is for you to not believe in it.
Yeah.
You know. So
Yeah, I was
that's
cracking
it.
jokes with it. After that, it started naming.
That's when you start
Instead,
fucking
I
with
was
shit.
fucking with
bro.
them. Like, this is stupid. I'm like,
Oh,
this
yeah,
is made by.
That's when you twisted it.
Right. Yeah. Because what I was trying to do was reverse psychology on it.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, come on now. This is made by Mattel. I'm not really digging this.
Can I tell you one more story?
Oh shit!
Go
please.
ahead.
Come on, girl. Come on, let's do it.
I don't want to
I'm-
sleep tonight.
So I'm not going to name the. I'll name it. It's in Silvis, but I'm not
Okay.
going to give you any more information.
Will you tell us off air?
Yeah, I'll tell you. I'll tell you.
Yeah.
So it's off First Street.
Okay.
So right near the railroad tracks.
Gotcha.
So we all know that Silvis. That's where it pretty much started. It derived on the First Avenue. So this location, I've seen it. A couple other people. Actually, I forgot about it until somebody brought it up to me a couple days ago, and well, I didn't even bring. They just started talking about it and said, "Yeah, I remember, it being in the back kitchen, and you would see people walking around like they were busy working, but they were dressed back in the early 1900s,
Dang.
late 1800s." And they were moving around like there was a lot going on, but it was like they were moving and working, but not a part of the kitchen.
Right.
You don't know what they were really busy doing.
Franks.
Yep.
He was guessing.
I've seen it.
At Franks?
Yeah.
Oh, shit. I was just joking around.
Yeah.
Because I would see people working, and I'm like, what the fuck are they
In
doing?
the back kitchen.
Yeah.
And and
seen anything.
everyone, it became a regular to the point where everyone knew it was going on.
I worked
After
at-
business hours, you guys would see people.
Yeah.
Wait, when did
Were the
you work
lights
at
on?
Frank's?
I didn't work there. I lived there.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
Yeah,
Am missing
I forgot.
Yeah. So
something? Okay, tell me off air.
no, I didn't mean I lived there. I mean I was always there because
Yeah.
of
no,
the
stop
friends. So
Yeah,
I was
I forgot,
always
I forgot,
there.
I forgot.
I was always hanging out there.
Okay.
that. Okay, so then, were the lights turned on that you seen people?
Well, people were working regular workers were working back there, but then there was other people. They weren't real
Really?
people.
Wait, what? Oh my
I know what you're
That's
talking
weird,
about
'cause
because I would.
I used to work there, and I didn't.
In the back kitchen?
Yeah, I did. I did was a dishwasher.
Dishwasher.
Yeah.
Those bathrooms were scary, though. I don't go back in those bathrooms. Heck
Yeah.
no.
But I didn't. I never.
All right, that blow them up.
Did you ever hear those stories?
No.
What? How long did you work there?
I worked there September of 94 until January of 95.
Not long enough.
Okay, so let me get this straight. This was during business hours or after business hours? During business. And
Ghosts,
there'd
they
be-
only came after business time.
Yeah, they didn't.
When they put the
and
close
on break,
sign
and on
up.
break times.
So how did you guess it though?
No, just and, it's weird because, like we'll be eating up at Frank's, right? This is
Yeah.
back in the day. Even though we eat there, now we haven't eaten there now because of the pandemic. But I would always see moving around, and I know I'm like, man, there's not that many people that work back there because there's a dishwasher. Because I had friends that worked back in there, and there's one guy doing the dishes and the other guy doing the prep, and throwing the meatballs or the meat from leftover meat in the meatballs, and it's true. And I was like, damn, there's a lot of people back there.
Yeah, their meat sauce is
And it just right when you
Right, Nancy?
Wait.
You have the sausage.
Don't point to his stuff, girl.
girl, leave my sausage alone. No, but when you were talking about it, I was like, oh, it's probably Frank's. Because I would always see, like people just boom, 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 boom.
Fuck, I've never seen any of that shit.
Yeah, you're freaking me out.
I never seen nothing.
I don't even want to eat there no
Can you
more.
say that story again? Or let me just recap because I'm kind of buzzing right now anyway.
Girl, shit, we haven't opened up the next bottle.
Right.
We have to clean these glasses out.
Give her the mic and you go fill us up.
I got to wash the glasses.
Why do you have to
Because you
wash
can't
the
mix them. It tastes funny. Shit.
What are you, a fucking bitch? Or I don't.
Hey.
I'm just playing, bro.
Okay. No, I got this one. Okay, so then just to get things straight, okay, say your story again, because I'm really okay. No, okay,
Girl, you better listen to the podcast.
no, because I won't listen to it. No,
That's fucked up, too. That's fucked up.
You
That's fucked up.
I'm playing.
I know.
I ain't.
I know you still haven't listened to it. I was like, no, I'm still on episode 2.
I only listened to one, and I don't even know which one it was.
Right? Maybe it was just the first one I listened to. Maybe it was.
You know what? You were
It's
this
because
close to getting deleted off my fucking list. here. Off my Facebook.
It's because look at.
Look at Instigator back there. Wash the cups.
Yes.
No, look it. It's because Paul comes home after he does the podcast and he tells me what they talked about. So why do I need to listen to it? I
True.
talk to Felipe almost every day.
True.
I edit the
True.
podcast and I listen to it after it comes out.
Okay.
Damn, dedicated.
Yes.
Me too.
Oh my gosh. Okay. So you would see people, regular workers during regular hours, or was
Yeah.
this after hours?
No, well, the regular workers, all they wore were the t-shirts and the jeans and the aprons.
Right.
So you know who was the workers.
Right.
But the others were dressed back in the early 1900s, just...
And they were like blending in with the regular workers?
They were just walking around like they were busy doing something, but they were just passing through constantly in and out and around in the kitchen.
Really? Did you get to see them yourself?
I did see a couple of them.
Really? How did you feel, or what did you react? How did
She
you react?
tipped one of them.
I tripped him or tipped
Tipped
him?
him.
Oh.
Or where were you at when that happened?
I was in the back. We were coming in from the back entrance, but so my friend was going through the kitchen and I was following behind her, and I was at the entrance. And then we were, she was probably looking for somebody, and then we turned around and she was going out the back, turned around and went out that same door. And so I was behind her, and I happened to see a couple walking through. And at that time, there was only one worker back there. They were doing like the meat sauce or something. And I saw them, and I was like,
Good meat sauce. Their spaghetti meat sauce is fucking bomb,
gosh,
dude. I would just drink it by itself if I could.
shoot, talking about that, you're going to make me hungry.
I know, right?
So let's go to Frank's.
And not to interrupt your story, but we used to close We never seen anything.
No.
Me, and a couple other people that used to work there. We never saw nothing.
Okay, but we have to do cheers. Don't drink it yet. Because she was ready to drink.
Right. So you seen that, and what was your reaction?
Well,
how were they dressed?
Well, in like, in that early, they had their hats, the trench coats, dressed in suits, just nice, the men. And
wow.
And so I thought about it, and I saw it, and I was
Really?
like,
We're supposed to do cheers.
That's
I'm finishing.
damn.
Dang, girl. My bad.
Thirsty, baby.
Yeah. Hey, you know what?
Give her the leftover of the bottle.
You better not be one of those violent ones when you're drunk, girl.
No.
That's all I gotta say. She's like, I thought we were gonna fucking do fucking cheers.
Take your shoes off.
She's gonna take it off with her foot, throw it across the room, and hit you upside the head with her chancla.
Take off my earrings here.
Paul always laughs. I'll be taking pictures of my feet when I'm in the kitchen and at home, and I'll send it to Felipe because I'll be like just barefoot, or I'll be like in my socks and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And Paul laughs at me all the time. He's like, "Why are you always barefoot, sweet bean?" I was like, "I don't know. I'm just so used to taking off my shoes and taking off my socks. I'd be like barefoot, like for real, sweet bean." He's like, "You're not a Juanita." And I'm like, "Shut up. I don't need to be."
And you're giving Leap a fetish.
I
I was like, you better take care of that bunion on that toe, girl, because that don't look right.
Cheers.
Cheers.
know. Did I hit your cup?
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So, has your friends ever seen anything after hours?
There?
Yeah.
No, I only saw it just that one time.
And like when you turned around, were they gone?
Yeah, it was like brief. It was like almost like a hologram coming through, and then it would just disappear. And then I was like, did I see what I saw? And so I brought it up to my friend, and she's like,
Oh, this is good.
Isn't it? That's good, huh?
Did you bring this from California?
Second bottle of wine.
No, this
that we're
one was
on.
a local. So I bought. See, what I do is I bring in 2 wines from California, and then I buy local, either
So
Iowa.
is this from Silvis?
This one's Iowa.
Oh, okay.
So I buy local, and then I
mixes it
take
up
some
and sells
bottles
it.
home with me, and I sell it. I'm a
you
dealer.
really?
A wine dealer.
Right. Smuggling
This
across
is really
state
good.
lines.
I'm smuggling the wine.
Right.
You're at home like this. I bring this motherfucker.
This is some hood shit, right?
Some good shit.
I had to smuggle this in, and you don't want to know how I got it.
While I was listening to Baby making music.
Girl, I'm
Echo.
gonna tell you something right now about this girl, okay? I just can't think about changing them up right now. But I'm just gonna go like this, girl. I hope it ain't that sound.
That's fucked up. Oh Lord! All right. And on that note, this is the longest podcast yet because it's been very interesting,
It has been.
and you have
Yeah.
you've made this go on. Like we could keep going.
Oh, we could.
we
could
could
be
keep
here
going,
all
and we
night.
might even after this is done. But we got to cut this off.
Okay, bye.
Okay.
so-
Bye.
Wait, hold on. We got outros here.
Okay.
Oh my gosh. Anyway, Melissa, thank you for coming onto the show.
thank you for coming.
This was awesome.
Yeah.
Oh, you need to let me know about when you talk to your dad
Oh, I will.
about this, and then I will. We will talk about it on the next podcast.
And may I say, you should just buy that house.
Yes.
Do it.
Yeah.
Come back.
I
And then-
have
and
1
then
year
we'll
to
have-
think about it.
And then we'll have a haunted party.
Oh, shit.
We'll do a podcast in the basement.
Oh
shit.
shit!
Look at Nancy's like, yes, no.
You can't even drive by the house. She's gonna be outside.
I'll listen when it's done.
Like, I hear my mom.
Paulie's gonna be like, I'm not gonna hand you the mic outside the window, girl. You're gonna fucking come in and do this with us.
I don't know if I could.
The street lights came on. You hear the whistle?
Oh my gosh. Anyway, but thank you for
Thank
coming
you.
on the
Thanks for
show.
coming.
Oh,
This was
thank you
interesting.
for inviting me.
And you better listen to this one. This is
will.
out.
Yeah.
Don't be like this one right here.
Which episode is it?
An episode that you ain't gonna watch anyway. Or
Right.
listen to anyway.
You know what? We're gonna become so famous, and you're gonna be walking down the red carpet with me. I'm just gonna be like, She was on episode whatever, but you know she's gonna be like, "Oh my god, we're celebrating episode 10." Girl, we're already at 55. What are you talking about?
No, and you too, Nancy. Thank you for coming on and doing your thing.
And spread the word out there to Cali for us.
Yeah,
That'd be
yeah,
what's up.
I will.
You gotta let people know about
us.
this.
I'll share it.
You need to share
Oh,
it. You
shoot.
need to share it.
Definitely.
So anyway,
Definitely.
thank you for coming on and breaking bread with us and having some drinks. It was fun.
Lots
And
of
we're
fun.
probably going to continue this conversation after this is over. But anyway, we're going to go in here. Paulie, you got anything to say?
No, I'm scared. Fucking shit. I just want to get drunk. Go to bed.
Again, even though
Thanks,
you are
man.
listening to us on YouTube, we are at youtube.com/2nd Street Primos.
2nd Street.
Take a look for us. This is definitely going to be the last of the Halloween series
so,
because
yeah,
we've
that's
got
it.
shit going on the next couple weekends. So,
Like what?
son of a bitch.
Share. Share.
Okay, I will.
So anyway, please like, subscribe, and
Share.
and leave some comments, man. It'd be nice to hear from anybody.
Yeah, definitely.
All 12 of you. So that listen. Anyway, all right, it was good to have this last one. Good one to wrap it up too.
Yeah,
everybody.
Thank
So,
you guys for coming. That was awesome.
All right, anything else, Polly?
Nope, that's it, man.
All right, man.
God bless everybody. Stay safe.
Yeah, everyone will stay safe, and we'll talk soon.
Hell yeah,
All
we'll
right.
do a Thanksgiving one.
Oh, definitely.
Definitely.
All right, y'all. Peace.
Peace.